Bonjour, bonjour à toutes, bonjour à tous. My name is Laurent Lecamp. I am the Executive Vice President Sales for the brand PeakLife Bucherer. So as you see, I'm a French guy, and in France it's like a tradition. If you love a writer, you have to start with a quote from this writer. So I would like to use the one from Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. He's one of the most famous writers in France, and I really love his writings. And I read, it was a few years ago, I remember, I was with my father and I read a quote. It was about if you want to build a ship, you don't have to ask people to collect the wood. You don't have to explain them how to do things. You just have to teach them to long for the endless immensity of the sea. And I find this quote is just amazing, because it's not about theory, it's not about practical things, it's about philosophy. And philosophy is emotion, and PeakLife Bucherer is emotion. This brand is one of the oldest family businesses in Switzerland since 1888 in the watchmaking industry. Today you have in Switzerland approximately 650 Swiss-made brands, but how many do have such a history, and how many do have the same family managing the business? I say very few, not to say probably one or two. PeakLife Bucherer, it's about emotion. Since 1888, PeakLife Bucherer is in the same city in Switzerland, which is Lucerne. You can find the headquarters of the company, but at the same time the company is worldwide. So you can find Bucherer stores in 35 countries at the time, with about 400 POS, point of sales, working with us, and especially in India we have a very strong partner, and the partner is Ethos. With Ethos together we are developing the emotional part of the brand with a big success in many cities, in Bangalore, in Chandigarh, in Mumbai, in Delhi, and so on. And today it's an avant-première, because for the first time in India, we'll introduce to you an amazing timepiece developed with a peripheral rotor, peripheral movement. I will explain to you what it is. And it's gold. The case is in gold. It's cost certified, so it's extremely precise. But what I love, I have to say, is the emotional part. So I will explain to you. First of all, back to 2008. At that time we have launched on the markets the first movement with a peripheral rotor. That's very interesting, because in the last 50, 60, 80, perhaps 110 years, many companies try to develop these exclusive movements with the external, with the peripheral rotor, but none of them managed to develop it. Only one, PeakLife Bucherer, managed to do it and produced in these movements in quantities since 2008. And today I introduce to you a tourbillon timepiece, so with a tourbillon complication at 12 o'clock, cost certified, and the movement we have, you can see on the back, later I will explain to you, the movement you have on the back is the peripheral rotor, with the peripheral rotor. And at the same time, the tourbillon, that's why it's a double peripheral tourbillon, because the tourbillon is working with the same process as for the movements. It's a floating tourbillon. It means you probably know that you have flying tourbillons, you have tourbillons with two bridges, with one bridge only. This tourbillon is a floating one. What does it mean? It's a new concept. Floating. What does it mean? It means nothing to maintain the tourbillon. No bridge. It means not one, not two, nothing. Because the concept is the same as for the peripheral movements. It means we are using 3 ball bearings, and that's the only relationship between the movement and the cage of the tourbillon. For the movement we have the same. We have 3 ball bearings, and the 7 ones, because there are 7 ones, it is directly on the escape wheel. By the way, the escape wheel is in silicium, not the escape wheel, sorry. Yes. By the way, the escape wheel is in silicium. It's anti-magnetic. This is the highest quality, I would say, for escape wheel. On top of it, I previously explained that this watch is COSC certified. So it means it works perfectly, whatever temperatures and whatever the position of the watch on your wrists. This is very high level of quality. And when you pull the crown, you will stop the small seconds. That's extremely precise. It means you can adjust the time and you can have exactly the second you wish to have. For most of pieces, when you adjust the time, the small second is not stopping. It keeps on working. In this watch, it's completely different. Diameter is 43 millimeters. The clasp, folding clasp, is in gold. The case is in gold as well. And there are some people in the world who say that once you put this watch on the wrist, you will find and feel something very different. So come and test it.